I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up this other story about a little case going on in Fulton County, Georgia, not involving a former president. There's a video making the round of a criminal trial going on in Fulton, Georgia, and a prominent criminal defense attorney, videos of him trading barbs with the trial judge. And the issue that they were trading barbs about related to, allegedly, this judge overseeing a criminal trial met in private with a key witness and the prosecution, and no member of the defense was there. No member of the defense was notified. And all of a sudden, this witness who was reluctant to testify, all of a sudden became willing to testify in this criminal case. And so this criminal defense attorney, his name is Brian Steele, nerves of steel, found out somehow about this meeting, and he called the court out on the carpet in public on this videotape trial and says, "Judge, how could you do this?" And the judge says, "Forget how could I do this. How did you find out what happened in my chambers? What happens in my chambers is secret." And they go back and forth until the judge says, "You tell me who told you." Judge and Attorney Steele says, "Nope, I'm not going to tell you." Held in contempt. He was taken away, held in contempt. Ultimately, he was brought back out and told he could serve contempt on weekends until he discloses his source. And ultimately, Steele's wife filed a petition with the either Court of Appeal or the Georgia Supreme Court, and was able to get out on bond until this issue could be looked at a little closer. But boy, having all sorts of things about this come to mind. A secret meeting in the judge's chambers, somebody leaking it, and a defense attorney in the middle of a high-profile criminal murder trial being taken away in handcuffs. Unbelievable. Did you watch these videos, Tim?
No, I've got it bookmarked to watch it, but just looking at the summary of the case and hearing your summary just now, I was gobsmacked by this story, and I appreciate Mr. Steele's willingness to stick to his guns there, and I would happily file an amicus brief or do whatever I can to, you can't throw us all in jail, that sort of mentality.
Yeah. In fact, he had, I guess, like 25 other lawyers. I don't know if they were from his office or from a related office or something, but apparently there were 25 lawyers in the hallway waiting to back him up and argue further on his behalf. But one other footnote to this story, this is an ongoing trial. He's got to prepare his case. He asked the judge, and the judge agreed, "Your Honor, could I be housed with my client over the weekend so I can help him prepare for trial, continue working throughout the weekend from jail?" The judge said, "Okay, well, yeah, I'll talk to the sheriff about it." So he's not all bad, Tim.
There's always a silver lining, isn't there? Again, gobsmacked by that. I hope that there is a good outcome. I hope that. Do you anticipate, Jeff, that the Court of Appeals there in Georgia is going to step in and bring some order to this chaos?
Yeah. So first of all, for some procedural rule, the Georgia Supreme Court grabbed jurisdiction from the appellate court. There's some rule that says anything basically touching a murder case has to go to the Supreme Court. And the Georgia Supreme Court, by granting bond or the supersedious, I think has hinted which way they are leaning. And I suspect they will act quickly in this case.
Yeah. Is there anything that you read in the story, Jeff, that shines a light on the prosecutors? I mean, what the judge did was, that's the main story, but the prosecutors, these are Brady violations, or I don't know if in state court it's a different name for the violation. If there's exculpatory evidence or if there's relevant witnesses, they have to be disclosed, and the prosecutor is liable for that as well, for that violation. Again, the judge to have gone along with this and then to double down and throw the defense attorney in jail for it is the main story. But prosecutors, I think, need to protect a good name as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody cover that angle, but it's a huge conflict between a lawyer's professional duty not only to zealously protect their client, but also to keep in confidence anything you learn during the representation of a client. There's that. They have duties of candor and professionalism to the court and to the tribunal. But yeah, it's a tangled mess. That case. If you want to watch these videos, by the way, go to Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, and put in the search term Brian Steele and contempt, and you'll see some videos that will blow your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, the judge will have immunity. So I hope that the Supreme Court brings to bear whatever weight it can to make sure this judge does not try this again.
Yeah. I concur. I offer a concurring opinion, sir.